Hi everybody, I wanted to just show you a couple tools, new tools I've discovered recently that work with Schoology. First is, I was asked by a teacher, is there a way that I can make flashcards for kids so that they can study vocabulary? And I said, I don't know, let me check it out. And so my first thought was some apps, but we really like to find something that worked with Schoology. And so what I came up with, or what I found, was something called Quizlet, which is intriguing to me and I'd heard of before but never used. And so I decided to check it out, and the flashcard maker works really well. I think Quizlet's probably more powerful than that. But then we can actually embed it right in Schoology. The students don't have to go someplace else. They just open it up in Schoology, and they're able to check out the flashcards. And it actually looks like there might be some games and things like that that they can play within Quizlet using those flashcards as well. So that's kind of intriguing as an engagement piece and to help students learn vocabulary. So to get started, you go to Quizlet.com. This is nice. Your work email will work with this, so we can sign up with Google. Hit sign up with Google. Here we go. So I'd already logged into my Google account in Safari, and it's going to ask me to do this. This is my work account. I'm going to hit allow. It asks us to create an account, so I'm going to give you my birthday. I'm going to show how old I am here. And then it asks to suggest a username for me. I'm just going to go with that. I'm a teacher, and I'm going to go ahead and create an account. I don't know exactly what comes with the paid version. You can see it down here. It looks like you can set up classes and things like that. We don't necessarily need to do that. What I'm after right here is this continue to free Quizlet. So I'm going to click on that. I haven't really got a chance to explore these things here. But what I was interested in was the study set, which is a way to create flashcards. So I'm going to go ahead and create a study set. So I'm going to go ahead and create a study set. The set title, I'll just call this Practice Flashcards. Choose a language, English. Choose a language for your definition, English. You know what, I don't have any vocabulary words right in front of me, but I'm somewhat familiar with biology, so I'm going to go ahead and use those. Actually, I'm going to use, you know what, my human anatomy is pretty vocabulary heavy. I'm going to use that. So I'm going to use medial as my word. Towards the midline is my definition. You can add an image, and you can also add voice to this. I kind of like this. So I'm going to add an image to this one. And it actually looks it up for me. So Quizlet image search right here, or you can upload your own image. I don't see a good image for actually medial here. I don't like any of these. These aren't the definition, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip that. I'm going to click the X. Oh, actually here, you know what? I can look for some more. Lateral, away from the midline, sternal. I'm just going to say that this isn't the exact definition of sternal, but near or pertaining to the sternum. And I'm going to see what I can get for an image for that one. Let's see what we get here. Then we get sternal edge, the clavicles. Here we go. Here's the sternum. So I'm going to put that image in my definition as well. And then I'm just going to go ahead and create these flashcards. So it saves them. I'm not going to do anything with these right now, although you could share them on Facebook, Twitter, however you want to do that. This would be adding to the class that you sort of create within Quizlet, but we want to embed these in Schoology. So I'm going to close that. You can see them here. There are some games they can play that sort of build off of these, but so here's my study set flashcards. There's some other things that you can do with them as well. Test them, things like that. So that's all based off of this study set that you've created. So then we want to get this out of here and we want to put it into Schoology. So I'm going to go over to More right here. And I'm going to hit embed. What I'm after is this embed code. And so I can embed all these different things here that are related to this study set. If you want flashcards, you're going to select the first one. Go ahead and just do an edit copy. So I'm going to copy that. And then I'm going to leave here. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to jump over to Schoology. Log into Schoology. I'm going to go to courses. I have a biology course created in here. I'm going to go into my course. I'm going to add materials. Probably the best way to do this, you could do this as an add file link external tool. I'm actually going to add this as a page. And then when I get to this screen, I'm going to call this Anatomy Flashcards. When I get to this screen, I want to go over to these two little dots over here, and I'm going to switch to HTML, and I'm going to paste that embed code. So that's really just some HTML code. I'm going to go ahead and hit create. Okay, and I was playing around with this before, and you can see these biology flashcards here, and it kind of takes up a lot of space. I did this as a file or as a link under the files and links, but I think this time I'm going to do it as a page. And so I'm going to open this up, and we can see our flashcards right there. And then if you click to flip, it flips them. Go on to the next one, click to flip, it flips them. Click to flip, it flips them. You can also play around with this. I haven't used all of this choose a study mode yet. I do know that I played with the space race a little bit. And so what is going to happen is the flashcards, or the definition, I think, is going to start coming across the screen here. And I need to type in the name of the vocabulary word. So here it comes. That was sternal. Hit enter. Oh, I scored 100 points. Towards the midline is medial. Enter. Away from the midline is lateral. And so there we go. And then it's going to repeat them. So I'm going to pause or escape. Choose a study mode. I'm going to go back to flashcards, and it'll take me back to that. And this is all embedded right in Schoology. All right, now I'm going to switch over to my iPad. We'll take a look at this. All right, so now I've jumped onto my iPad. I'm going to go into Schoology, and we'll take a look at this as a student. So I'm already in that course. I'm just going to refresh so this shows up here. We can see anatomy flashcards down at the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and select that and open them up. And so this is what a student would see on an iPad. They can move through the cards, tap them to flip them back and forth. So they can use them as a study tool. You can see the sternum there. I'm going to choose a study mode here, and we're going to try space race. So they're going to have to type the word in here. I'm going to hit start playing. I'm going to scroll up just a little bit. Away from the midline is lateral. Okay, I got my points there. Towards the midline is medial. So there's a game that they can play here as well. I'm going to get rid of my keyboard there. I'm going to go back to flashcards. So Quizlet works on iPads. They'd also be able to access this via phones. And you can embed it right into Schoology.